morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrero. Today is Thursday, September 14th, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. The Niners only had one name on the injury report Wednesday that did not participate in practice, and that name is Dre Greenlaw, who missed the practice with what Kyle Shanahan called normal wear and tear. Hopefully he can play on Sunday. Kyle didn't say either way, but Greenlaw was a monster out there against the Steelers, so you'd like to see him get back on the field against the Rams. Let's hear a little more from Kyle Shanahan's media session yesterday. Kyle, do you have to sort of bring the team back down to earth a little bit after they looked so good and basically have been getting flowers from everybody all week?
Usually it's off the tape, and the tape to me wasn't totally what everyone thinks. You know, there's lots of it wasn't our best performance. You know, it's there's a lot of things in there that could have gone a different way. A bunch. I mean, the way we ended at the second quarter, not scoring on offense, not running the clock out before you gave it back to them, giving up an 80-yard drive before half, giving up a 40-yarder on a 3rd and 1, possible touchdown on the third play of the game. Fortunately, they missed it. They tried to come back to it like 4 times, but they got the wrong coverages then. I mean, there's lots of stuff that goes into it, but sometimes games just get away, and it got away real fast because we broke a 60-yarder on play 2 in the third quarter, and after that, it was pretty easy.
That right there is Kyle Shanahan bringing his team back down to earth because they've been getting flowers all week, which, by the way, is exactly what he should be doing. Speaking of bringing people down, listen to Kyle explain why Ambry Thomas did not play much in the second half and Isaiah Oliver was in at nickel corner against the Steelers on Sunday.
Things dictate the change. We thought they'd all play in the game, but stuff happened in the game that has us adjust. Stuff that's between me and our team. Just watch the film, you might be able to figure it out. Stuff I can't say. Sorry.
Oof, that cannot make Ambry Thomas feel good. But you know what? Kyle Shanahan has no patience for players that don't produce. And at some point, he's just got to figure it out. Otherwise, he's going to find himself riding the bench more and more frequently. Now, one more for you. And this one actually comes from Tuesday. If you don't know, Deebo Samuel is doing a weekly hit with Kay Adams on the Up and Adams show. And I just found out about this. Otherwise, I would have played it for you earlier. But apparently with Kay Adams, Deebo had a really interesting comment about the play where Brock Purdy spun away from Minkah Fitzpatrick. Listen to Deebo talk about that play.
It's kind of crazy. This is a funny thing. We was talking about this yesterday. Brock actually called the wrong play, but we somehow happened to make it work. It's just crazy how Brock just seeing somebody out the peripheral of somebody that he didn't see, but the way he scrambled out, and we just work on scramble drills a lot because we have an amazing D-line that we go against every day, so we can't just stand in the pocket all the time. But there's something that we work on a lot.
That's crazy to me. Think about it. One of the most notable and productive and interesting plays on Sunday came as a result of a mistake, basically. That's what so many 49er fans have talked about, is having a quarterback with the physical skills to overcome when things don't go according to plan on the field. And sometimes that's your own mistake as the quarterback. But to be able to overcome that and not only make a positive play and make a first down is incredible, because you match that ability with Kyle Shanahan's scheme, look out. Now you're talking Super Bowl championship caliber team. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Thursday. Tim Kawakami has a very interesting column in The Athletic all about the $40 million in cap room that the 49ers have right now. Throughout the whole story, Tim drops some not so subtle hints that a big trade could be on the horizon for the 49ers at or around the deadline this year. If you want the details, click the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch. Thank God for Rich Madrid, who decided to put the game film, the all 22 from every 49ers game in the regular season, up on a Google Drive. He then tweeted out that link. So you can get the Scouts all 22 game film for every 49ers game this year at the link. He also put the condensed game up there in case you want to watch the game quickly, which is fantastic. Thank you, Rich Madrid. You are doing the Lord's work. One thing you may have missed, the Niners-Rams game is going to be on Fox this week, and I always love to find out who the broadcast crew is. It's going to be Kevin Kugler, Mark Sanchez, and Laura Oakman in Los Angeles. Oh, by the way, the Niners are going to be wearing their home red jerseys in that game, which is pretty fitting considering they'll be playing at Levi's South. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. If you want to support the show, please, please, please leave us a 5-star rating and a review on Apple Pods. It is massive for getting us up the charts and getting us noticed by people. It is the absolute best way you can support the show. So please, please, please do that. Also, stay tuned for a live edition of the Gold Standard Podcast. Myself and Levin Black will be live on YouTube later today around 9 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be ready to go. We usually have to tape with Levin, but his schedule is different. So we're going live. We'll take your questions, your comments, all that stuff. It's going to be so much fun. Enjoy your Thursday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.